PulseJet Studios is about immersive music experiences. We're trying to make amazing music experiences, totally indescribable, totally immersive music experiences for Vision Pro and MetaQuest. From a concert standpoint, we like to think it's the closest thing to being there. We just did one from Joshua Tree Music Festival with Lil Chris. She's an amazing DJ producer. Literally stumbled us across Studio 45 by accident. My wife and I were out for pizza, and I just happened to be starting the company at the time and looking for a space. And so we literally walked by and said, "What's that?" The bright colors on the front probably drew us in. It's been an amazing experience. Love the studio. I tell Nate all the time how great it is and how great your team is. So that's been awesome. And we've met a lot of people here. So a lot of people that I'm still working with, we met here. Gary Stein, who's our marketing lead, Amoga Tringarajam, who's done a lot of work on the Björk piece. I've met videographers here. I've met a lot of people here, and so it's just been a great space. Also, the physical space is just awesome. It's been great for our green screen, and this room is great and a great working space. Well, it led right into it, really. I was working on the user interface layer at Apple, so there's a lot of the widgets and dials that are built into the UI in the device, and then, it's really just working at that level that got me thinking about all the cool things that you could do with the device. Left Apple kind of exploding with creativity and thoughts of things we could do, and led to this. I started my career in a startup, and I've been in medium-sized companies, and Apple's, of course, one of the biggest companies in the world. And so it's both scary and exciting to come back to the startup world. I was used to having, of course, a lot of resources at Apple that I don't have as a startup, but nothing beats the excitement of a startup. I'm really happy to be back in the space. It's custom designed and built in China for us. The idea behind it was that we call the VR device is a spherical canvas. Like, this is a canvas that we can paint on in many ways. The green screen was an idea to allow that, to bring mostly bands of performers in, and then create a background, create this visual landscape to work in. And another key aspect of this is like bringing normal video production and TV production into 3 dimensions. And so thinking about it in a new way, that's really the key, and really the thing that most studios haven't been able to do. But they're still built around 2 dimensions, and having the camera guy and the director sitting in a chair, and then the cast performing on the other side of it, and lights and everything in between. You can't think that way when you do VR. You have to think differently. You have to, number one, you have to write a different story that surrounds the user and excites the user the whole time. You have to design scenery that's interesting all the way around you, not just in front of you. And so it's really a different way of thinking, and I think the green screen was the start of that. And yeah, we've had a lot of fun with it. We've had bands in here. We've had Panama Parker in here, local performer. We've had a lot of people through here, and just it's a lot of fun. They love it. Drop in and record something, and then we can have them flying over the city in a drone shot or something like that with the green screen. So super fun. I'm going to date myself here, but I tell people that my original inspiration for VR type stuff was a movie called Lawnmower Man, which was well over 25 years now. I've recommended it if you haven't seen it. It's one of the first virtual reality movies, and that kind of set the tone for my career back then. I actually was lucky enough to start my career in a startup doing VR, but that was very early days of VR. It was only for enterprise. There's no way consumers could afford it. And you had all the cords and cables and, $100,000 Silicon Graphics workstations to run them. It was crazy. I've literally, throughout my entire career, been working on various aspects of 3D, technology. Finally, the Vision Pro, to get to the point where it's a consumer product now, and there's millions of them out there. It's been a journey. It's the closest thing to being there, so you can kind of just warp yourself back into that. And for our music videos, we like to do something completely different, something ethereal, something that's something that you wouldn't be able to experience otherwise. So we really try and imagine new worlds and transport you to destinations you'd never dream of. I'll use Björk as the most recent example. We're teleporting people to Iceland. The environment was done with drone scans, full 3D scans of the environment, and we've remade that into scenes that you can jump into right here in San Francisco or anywhere in the world. So there's lava caves that you walk through, and you kind of get to experience Iceland, which is a place that most people won't get to go. The collaboration came about kind of through our board. We have a board of technology and music experts. So The relationship formed that way, but it's kind of a thing that it kind of was obvious that it needed to be done. We're remastering Volnicura, which was actually launched 6 years ago, but it barely saw the light of day on Steam platform when VR headsets weren't available. It's been very challenging working with Björk, working with, we're pushing the technology limits and pushing the creative limits, and Björk did that 6 years ago with the project initially. We're doing it again, and so the challenge this time has been get it performing on the new devices. Everything is just way more technically challenging than you expect it to be. We did an initial assessment on what this would take, and it's been 3 times the effort at least. Everything takes way longer than you hope. And of course, doing that on a budget as a startup is a big challenge as well. If you've got very deep pockets, it's one thing, but our team we have a pretty lightweight team and an amazing team. So really credit to my team. Some of our leads, John Forrester, Carrie's son, our technical artist, Ali Kellogg, our producer, that have really just gone over above and beyond and heroic efforts to make it amazing, incredible, beautiful, detailed, and performant on MetaQuest and Vision Pro. And Björk's a perfectionist, as are we, as is the team. So achieving that level of artistic perfection has been the challenge. We meet with them like monthly, so it's not. But we seem to work pretty well together. I mean, we take it on ourselves to just get all our ducks in a row and get everything as polished as we possibly can. Before we bring it for creative review. They're very detail oriented as well. On her side, it's her and James Mary, who designs her masks and things, are very creatively involved, and they're just extremely detailed. So when they do a review, they send us detailed feedback, and so it's been a great collaboration. You don't always have this, and so we're really lucky to have a good collaboration there. We're gonna celebrate at what they call the Amoeba Records of Iceland, a little record store owned by Björk and team, and we're gonna launch it there, premiere it there, and then we're coming back Wednesday, and we'll do a launch right here in the studio. Press, investors, and of course everyone at the studio is invited. So all you need to do is show up, eat some food, and enjoy the experience. And we'll do a little presentation and then allow people to enjoy it in headsets. So we're committed to music, so there's lots of good opportunities. There's lots of artists we'd like to work with. We're talking to a few of them right now, so we'll see who's next. Empire of the Sun comes up a lot. It's all about being visual, and they have a very visual feel to their videos, and they're very a great kind of upbeat artists. Tool is one of my all-time favorites. Danny, Maynard, Adam, if you're listening, give me a ring. They're amazing and also very visual. They have very rich visual. They work with Alex Gray and other amazing artists. Consider it, like I said, a spherical canvas. That's the key, is think of it as a new art form. If you want to do something in VR, a lot of people are just trying to take what they've done for years with cameras. It's comical how people are taking cameras and just putting them in the headset. And that's a transition, that's one step. But if you're really taking advantage of the format, you're thinking of it as a full experience that completely surrounds the users. You're writing new stories that keep people engaged in that format and creating environments that completely surround you. So that'd be my advice. We're raising a round of funding, so certainly investors that are interested in helping us get to the next level and choose the next artists we work with are amazing. But more than anything, I just want to thank the studio. We've gotten off the ground, largely thanks to the community here. So thanks to you and everyone else that keeps. I know how much work it is to keep this studio running. I see it every day, and we do appreciate it. So thank you.